Quick note to anybody who may not know and is feeling generous, I have a Patreon, so if you want to help support me through college, thanks. That's it. I am a certain type of man. I have certain tastes, certain cravings. Well, at least when it comes to games. Every day I wake up and make the same 3-egg, an unseasoned chicken of a man, let alone a functional one. When it comes to games, I crave the long, I crave the complex, at least comparatively. I engage the most with the most engaging of engagements. I like emotional stories, otherworldly settings. I like Japanese stylings. That last one is the only one that matters, by the way. Anime! I know, right? I don't tend to watch too much of that anymore. I haven't showered in months either. You think I have time to brush my teeth? I'm filthy. Despite not having watched any anime in quite a while, it doesn't mean I'm any less entertained by Japanese media. I get my fix through games more than anything else nowadays, and I feel a big part of my enjoyment of the medium is the stylization of the characters themselves. Now, obviously, this heavily varies from game to game, studio to studio, designer to designer, but regardless, there are certain design philosophies that carry throughout the JRPG scene, and really the larger anime scene that I just can't get over loving. I'm going to talk about them, and you're going to listen. Fiend. First off, I like the colors. Monkey see? Monkey byproduct. So I really like to buy colorful clothes and then wear them as splashes of color and otherwise monotone outfits. It's my style. It's fun for me. But if I could dress like this, I would. Fantasy lets us live out the lives we want to live but are too socially aware to discredit ourselves with. Every character in Tales of Graces is dressed in the most beautiful, astonishing garb. What a great word. Garb. Character designers shift from game to game in this series. So for example, Kosuke Fujishima's work with Vesperia's cast is fairly clean-cut and economic. Each character tends to have one primary defining color to separate and define their design. It's great work, very practical and memorable. Can't say the same about this guy. Mutsumi Inomata's work on Graces is about as impractical in regards to costume work as the series gets. Why is he wearing a tux? Because it's sick. It makes you happy to not be blind. While lacking any form of practicality, not restricting yourself to that philosophy allows you to lean into a completely different strength. Raw, unfiltered creativity. You want to give a character the most dorky, silly outfit of all time? Go ahead. You've already done that 6 other times. It's whimsical, bright, engaging, and exciting. It reminds me of Elvis. You don't get much cooler than that. The Atelier series for a very long time thrived off of a very similar design philosophy. However, it's stripped that back as of recent, which frankly I think was a good choice from the perspective of gaining mass appeal. The magical girl vibe of bright dresses and palettes bright enough to make a man go blind is certainly fun, but restricts the player base. A lot of people call this weird. A lot of people call this classically attractive. We'll swing back around to this when it becomes relevant again though. Little side tangent here, but am I the only one who really loved the character designs in Kingdom Hearts? Specifically, the first one? Like, look at these fools. Their colors pop! Fools! Our main trio here, Sora, Riku, and Kairi, get shoved into a huge adventure with no warning, so it makes sense that the character designs are lazy summer day. Sora's design encompasses all 3 primary colors, is drippy as heck. Kairi is beach bum incarnate. Riku is dumb. When games lean a bit more to the whimsical, the brighter side of fantasy settings, a literally colorful cast of characters, it can be so fun. Golden Sun, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Xenoblade 2, anime is highly stylized, and I love when it takes the form of burning the retinas. It's engaging in a very specific way that life tends not to be. I should note here, for the lore, I am not colorblind. I also can't help but love the excess, like the designs that are just complete overkill. Let's jump back to Ryza for 1 second here. Torii Mono did a great job striking a good balance between practical and classic anime cute with this subseries. Each game features reworks of the designs that stay true to the character but also tell a story from the visuals alone. Each character will look older, more experienced, or rough around the edges from difficult times having passed. Sure, nobody going on a journey or intending to protect themselves in a fight would wear these fits, but Ryza carries around vials to hold materials. Tao carries more books and bags as he becomes more experienced as a researcher. Patricia is kinda boring. Australian. Xenoblade 2 is also a cool example of practical, context-aware design in very certain circumstances. Rex's design has gotten quite a bit of crap because, yeah, it does look silly, but it's a rolled-up diving suit. That's not cool. He's a diver. It's representative of his career, and also how quickly and unexpected his journey began. Properly contextualized design is really cool. On the other hand, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, this is hideous. I can't stop consuming. Context, cool. I also love violently over-designed slop. March from Advance and Luso from Advance 2 are so unbelievably, unnecessarily over-designed. Belt buckles, a massive sword that you can't use in game. I don't know why they have them to begin with here. Weird cowlicks and shorts that should be pants. While this may be the textbook example of excess, adding extra design elements that don't necessarily serve a clear purpose, when done to such a degree, it becomes a style in and of itself. There are games that are completely dedicated to visual over-design, and while Tactics Advance isn't nearly as creative as something like, this, having so much going on can be extremely fun. Though if we were being honest, a child would not be able to carry all of this. I find these games in particular quite interesting because their predecessor, Final Fantasy Tactics, is a great example of reserved, reasonable, yet memorable character design. It sticks almost entirely to this medieval style. Simple designs, simple colors, it's represented extremely well in sprite style. It's very charming, it's readable, it's iconic. The Mana franchise features some seriously beautiful over-design. Visions of Mana features like 50 unique designs for the main cast, and they're all beautifully complex, colorful, shiny, garish. This level of soft, elegant over-design totally fits the world this game takes place in, that being lush greenery, fantastical set pieces, this guy. I feel the same way about Children of Mana's core cast. Decorated with intricate patterns and unnecessarily layered, it feels almost tribal, traditional at the least. Why are the pants so big? It looks so extra. Who really cares? I'd wear it if paid. Regardless of whether or not it's good, Dawn of Mana does this well too. Keldrick's design mixes that lush, over-designed aesthetic with the lush nature itself. It makes sense for the game. It just works. In a similar sense, but a little different. I love oversized swords and stupid crap. Now, while swinging around massive swords and axes and spears may look really cool and is also a really good workout for some reason, apparently, they are completely impractical for any sort of actual combat. In most combat situations, you'd want a long spear with a sharp, relatively small spearhead. In most games, the worst weapon would be the most effective. You know what they say? The rinkier the dinkier. Now, why is everything so stupid? Why is this the case? Because this is a lot more fun. How much would this weigh? 300 pounds? Come on, this guy only weighs 40. I find it funny that the Buster Sword gets so much attention when Sephiroth's sword is 1,000,000 times more ridiculous. How do you sheath this in, like, any way? How do you walk through doors? But it doesn't stop there. Oh no. Get off your lazy butt and sit down, military men, because I've diagnosed our fascination. Big sword syndrome. My favorite example of this is the Monado from Xenoblade 1, which clips into the ground on numerous occasions because it's just so comically ridiculous. But this gets a tentative pass because it's mostly a blade of energy. I desire something a little bit less realistic. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah. Very good. This is a war axe from real life. Every axe from any game. Complete and utter nonsense. It's exactly how I want it to be. Whoever brings this to the function is getting stuck in the corner. Okay, one last thing. I love the hair. When I was young, I wanted long blue hair. Solely because of Diaz from Star Ocean 2. I still don't know how his name is pronounced, and I'm gonna keep it that way. Let's return to the Tales franchise. Oh yes. Oh, most definitely. Get yourself a comb, bro. The latter half of the Mana franchise features some seriously peak heads of hair, for real. It all looks so soft and moisturized, completely unrealistic. They would be covered in bugs. I've always low-key wanted to have a natural head of weirdly colored hair. My hair is such a simple dark brown that people have tried to argue with me that my hair is black. Like, bro, I think I would know, but I refuse to dye my hair. It's not gonna look good. It's not gonna be natural. I'm forever cursed to desire a body that I can't have. Oh, and the hair color, too. Sorry, I got distracted. I was thinking about him. I just can't help but feel like Japan knows how to have fun, you know? Like, I'd want to party with this guy. Anywho, I'll see you later. I'm late for my 4th child's birth.